Welcome to Ask the Lynnwood Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple. Good morning.
Morning.
Sergeant Langdon, how are you?
I'm living the dream.
Good. Well, the question we have today is related to you are driving along as a driver of a vehicle and you end up in a fender bender or a minor car crash.
Right.
And it might be tempting to just think, well, I'll exchange my information with the other driver and go on my way.
Right.
Is that a good or bad idea? Should police always be called?
What I'm going to ask you to do on that is trust your instinct. And so
Okay.
if you are involved in a minor fender bender, first thing we ask you to do is get off the road. There's a safety issue. If you are involved in a crash where there's no injuries and you're stuck in the middle of the road and you feel some need to stay there, if you want to snap a quick photo with a phone just to show the dynamic of the crash and where the vehicles are positioned, that's fine. But we need you to get off the road as quick as possible because there's a safety issue of other vehicles
Right.
potentially colliding with you. Once you get off the road, if you want to exchange information and the threshold where the police must come out is when we have more than $750 damage, which nowadays with most vehicles, a good scratch on the bumper could potentially be a $750 issue when we start talking paint cover up. So what we're going to ask you to do is use your best judgment. If you need to make sure that you have your proof of insurance with you, your license and your registration, and a good phone number. And you're going to want to give all that information to the other driver, and they need to provide you with that as well. And you want to write all that information down, and then you're going to contact your insurance company and let them know you're involved in the collision. And they'll, at that point, they should work with the other insurance company. Really important that you get a look at that insurance card, though, and you pay attention to the expiration date on it. If they have a card that's expired, I'd recommend calling the police and have them coming out, just so they can take a look at this and get a better idea of what's going on. And it never hurts to give the police a call.
Right.
If in doubt, if you're feeling that, hey, maybe something a little off is going on here, you're getting just something. Some instinct is telling you, hey, I'm not getting the full story here, or I'm not getting all the information I need. Let's make sure you actually call 911 and get an officer out there, because they can evaluate, they can look at the scene, and they can actually facilitate an exchange of information if it's not a reportable crash.
Right. And
Something where the police would be required to investigate.
yeah, and I would say that probably most of us don't necessarily have a good, unless we're in the body shop industry, we may
Right.
not really know what $750 worth of damage is. And to your
Right.
point about expired insurance, that's another issue that, a lot of us probably wouldn't want to get into a confrontation
No.
with somebody about that. So
Right.
maybe.
A lot of your minor parking lot, very low speed collisions, or maybe the vehicles just
Yeah.
touch for a minute, there's a slight bump.
Right.
We're probably not going to come out and investigate that. We don't investigate private property collisions unless there's an injury or there's some crime that's been committed. And that might be a good time to have that information exchanges take place. But again, if you're at a spot where you're not sure if you're getting all the information or you're getting the right information, you can protect yourself and have an officer come out and evaluate that. They'll facilitate that exchange of information. I'm speaking specifically about Lynnwood with that.
Yeah.
But we will come out and we're happy to do so and help you out.
Okay,
So,
very good.
yeah.
Well, thanks very much, and we will be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Lynnwood Cop.